our stand-in videographer, get to work. Thanks, Kay, for doing this. Our presenter this morning is Al Wagar. We know him, if we've lived here for a while, as a very diligent bird watcher. He has, this is Birds of Washington, wonderful things to watch. I avidly watch the videos that he posts on our resident newsletter, and he has quite a spectacular collection, I hear. And we'll wait after he's finished for questions and comments. He has requested no fact-checking in real time. Go ahead, Al.
Okay, well, thanks for coming, and thanks, Kay, for being our videographer. I got hooked on video in 1999 on a trip to South Africa, and soon thereafter began taking video of butterflies and then birds. And I thought I had a lot of good stuff, and began to wonder, wonder if anybody else is doing this. So I posted on Tweeters, the listserv for birders, and found some partners, and we pooled our best video and put together a DVD, essentially a video bird book. And it was structured with an index, so you click on any bird name and it took you immediately to the video. Well, I posted all the video on YouTube, but I couldn't post the DVD and all the navigation stuff. But I can show you at the end, I do have a PDF index, and it's got the link at one corner. You click on that, it'll take you right to the video. And by using the index and the timeline, you can pretty much pick any bird you like to see. So the whole thing is 90 minutes and 222 species. I've cut this to about 40 minutes and 160 species. And so please keep notes, there'll be a test at the end. The DVD soon became obsolete, and the Cornell lab soon just blew us away with all kinds of video and photos and the works. A lot of the video you see is by Gaylord Mink. He's in eastern Washington, and I thought I had some good stuff, but some of his put some of mine to shame. So quite a bit of this video is his stuff.
Common loon.
I was up at Watson Lake, just barely into Yukon territory, and I ran into these loons that were courting and making a lot of noise, which unfortunately we can't hear. And walking on water and doing ballet, and pretty impressive. And they told me, well, you know, loons can't walk on land. Their legs are so far back. I thought, that's bizarre. That's not real. But look at this. Trying to get onto a nest. Just push.
Red-necked grebe.
Horned grebe.
This is a horned grebe in breeding plumage. And this is how we usually see them, not breeding.
Pied-billed grebe.
This is one of the species where the youngsters ride piggyback.
Western grebe.
American white pelican.
Strange old bird is a pelican. Its beak can hold more than its belly can.
Brown pelican.
Double-crested cormorant.
Here you see two little crests. That's where the name comes from, double-crested cormorant.
Pelagic cormorant. Brandt's cormorant.
They get some extra feathers during their breeding season, which is kind of interesting. They have these extra plumes.
American bittern.
Now this is really rare footage. This is some of gaylords. And if you see them at all, they're very secretive. It's usually like this, or often absolutely motionless, pointing their bill straight up, pretending I'm just a tuft of grass, you can't see me here.
Great blue heron.
Green heron.
Again, very secretive little bird. And if you see it at all, it may be doing the same thing, looking straight up, pretending I'm not here.
Trumpeter swan.
Canada goose.
And during the breeding season, pretty feisty. They quarrel.
Cackling goose.
They're a little smaller, shorter neck, and a very different call. Why they call them cackling, because it's a
Brant. Snow goose. Wood duck.
And then the female has this very characteristic eye patch.
Mallard.
You know, in sunlight, it's bright green, emerald green, and then light changes a bit, and it's lavender. And this is structural color from the feathers rather than pigment. And so a lot of birds have some sort of structural.
Gadwall. Northern pintail.
And if you look at the back end of this, the tail feathers are pintail. They come to a point.
American widgeon.
Eurasian widgeon.
Northern shoveler.
And you can see on the bill why we call it the shoveler. They're filter feeders, and they are squirting water through their beaks and picking out the little material in it. And this is very characteristic. They'll pair off, sometimes more than two, and circle and kind of swirl up the sediments, and then filter feed it.
Cinnamon teal. Green-winged teal.
And you can see the green on the wings.
Ring-necked duck. Harlequin duck.
Male, very colorful, gaudy. Female, less so.
Surf scoter. Black scoter.
And the males have this strange knob on the beaks.
White-winged scoter.
The males have this very characteristic mark on the eyes.
Common golden eye.
Patch is round.
Barrow's golden eye.
And a crescent-shaped patch on the eye instead of the round one.
Bufflehead.
Small little duck, very feisty. The females going by.
Hooded merganser.
Females have sort of a red head.
Common merganser.
And again, the female of these groups very much red-headed.
Red-breasted merganser.
And the gulls harass them and try to get some of the food away from them.
Ruddy duck.
In breeding plumage, the bill's turn is brilliant blue. This is more what you're likely to see the rest of the year. Often the tail is sort of upright. I got it, you can't have it.
Turkey vulture.
Northern harrier.
Cooper's hawk. Red-tailed hawk.
This guy was watching a snake.
Golden eagle.
Camp robber, Gray Jay, was swooping at it.
Bald eagle. Osprey.
And they like a big platform like this.
Merlin.
American kestrel.
before they had phone wires, their strategy was to hover until they saw something and dive down to get it.
Peregrine falcon.
California quail. Ring-necked pheasant.
They're pretty hidden when they wish to be, and then they stand up and they're pretty gaudy.
Dusky grouse.
Wild turkey.
American coot.
Now look at the feet on this thing. They're not ducks, they don't have webbed feet, they have these lobes that give them better paddles so they can move along.
Virginia rail. Sandhill crane.
Black-bellied plover.
Killdeer.
Black oyster catcher.
American avocet.
Black-necked stilt.
Greater yellowlegs. Lesser yellowlegs.
Marbled godwit.
Wondering how in the world do they find something to eat just poking their bills in the sand? And apparently there are sensitive organs on the beak that detect when they're near something that's edible.
Ruddy turnstone. Black turnstone.
Wandering tattler.
Surfbird.
Red knot.
The population on the East Coast that is in trouble. They depend on the horseshoe crab, and the eggs of the horseshoe crab is their main food. But we don't have horseshoe crabs here, but we have a population that runs up and down the west coast here.
Sanderling.
Dunlin. Western sandpiper.
Long-billed dowitcher.
Wilson's snipe.
I was somewhere up, maybe Watson Lake area, and I kept hearing it whoop, 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 whoop. And first it was over there, and then over there, and then back there, and I kept looking in the trees, where is that bird? And it turns out that they do this dive during their mating rituals, and it's the feathers that are making that whoop, whoop, whoop sound.
Parasitic Jaeger.
Bird of prey, and parasitic because it harasses other birds until they drop their food, and then it'll grab the food and don't have to hunt for themselves.
Bonaparte's gull.
This is their non-breeding plumage.
Mew gull.
Now called the short-billed gull.
Ring-billed gull.
And this one seems to be throwing a temper tantrum. It was squawking.
California gull.
It has the characteristic black and red on the beak and yellow legs.
Glaucous-winged gull.
This is some sort of a mating ritual where they pick up stuff. The immature often have black bills and look very different.
Heermann's gull.
Caspian tern.
Common tern.
This is the bird that the parasitic Jaegers were harassing.
Common myrrh.
Pigeon guillemot.
They nest in cavities, and they'll fly straight in. You wonder how they do that break so quickly, but
Marbled merle.
Rhinoceros auklet.
and during the breeding season, they get this horn on the beak, so that's why they call them rhinoceros. Carry the food back to the nest, hanging from their beaks. And they'll have a whole bunch of fish in their beaks and they'll dive and pick up more. And how they do that, I have no idea.
Mourning dove. Rock pigeon.
And they come in a variety of plumages. Seem to be one nest will have all of them.
Band-tailed pigeon.
Barn owl.
Great horned owl.
Snowy owl.
Spotted owl.
Joshua Chenoweth, who's working for the National Park Service over there.
Barred owl.
Burrowing owl.
Fox's swift.
Now, this is in the morning when they're sort of bubbling out. And this is in the evening when they're going down, and it's kind of like the genie going back in the bottle.
Anna's hummingbird.
And this is a female feeding the youngsters. And it's kind of scary to watch. It's kind of like sword swallowing. You see this long beak poking way deep into these youngsters. You wonder, how did they do that without hurting them, you know?
Rufous hummingbird.
Belted kingfisher.
Red-breasted sapsucker. Yellow-bellied sapsucker.
I kept hearing this tick, 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 and I couldn't get it. And finally there was one right next to us. And it was hammering on a sign. It's a mating ritual where they're sort of saying, hey, I'm here, this is my turf, everybody stay away. And so they'll hammer on anything that makes a nice sound.
Downy woodpecker.
The males have this red on them, the females are more drab.
Hairy woodpecker. Northern flicker.
Pileated woodpecker. Willow flycatcher. Say's phoebe. Western kingbird.
Eastern kingbird. Northern shrike.
Loggerhead shrike. Cassin's vireo.
Steller's jay.
Gray jay.
Also called the cap robber. They tame very regularly.
Clark's nutcracker.
Black-billed magpie.
American Northwestern crow.
They have a lot of vocalization.
Common raven.
Purple martin. Bank swallow. Violet green swallow.
Tree swallow. Cliff swallow.
Barn swallow. Black-capped chickadee.
Chestnut-backed chickadee. Bush tit.
Very characteristic nest, looks like a sock. And very cryptic, sometimes very hard to find.
Red-breasted nuthatch.
Brown creeper.
Buick's wren.
Winter wren.
Marsh wren.
American dipper.
Golden-crowned kinglet.
Ruby-crowned kinglet. Mountain bluebird.
Varied thrush.
American robin. Hermit thrush.
Gray catbird.
European starling.
Cedar waxwing.
Yellow warbler. Yellow-rumped warbler.
Common yellowthroat. Yellow-breasted chat.
Western tanager.
Black-headed grosbeak.
Evening grosbeak. Lazuli bunting. Spotted towhee. Chipping sparrow. Savannah sparrow. Golden crowned sparrow.
White-crowned sparrow. Fox sparrow.
Song sparrow.
House sparrow. Dark-eyed junco.
Western meadowlark. Brown-headed cowbird.
Yellow-headed blackbird. Red-winged blackbird.
Brewer's blackbird.
Bullock's oriole.
Purple finch.
House finch.
Sometimes you get this yellow variant that's just
Pine siskin.
American goldfinch.
All of this is online, and if anybody's interested, I can send you a PDF, which is an index, and then you just click on the upper right-hand corner, takes you right into the video.
Yeah, a lot of that is worth seeing again. Unfortunately, we didn't have the audio. Anders did his best, but here we are at University House where our equipment works some of the time.
But I think the audio issue is with my own laptop.
Yeah, well, we tried different laptops, didn't we? Yeah,
Yeah.
who knows?
Anyway, I'll put together a video of this and maybe be able to get the audio back.
It was great to watch the action. Yeah. Anybody comments, questions?
Just beautiful.
Yes, it was, wasn't it?
Well, thank you for the help on ID, you know, that,
Yeah.
you got time for a story about memory?
Okay.
I was confessing to my son that my short-term memory is getting worse. I've told this to some of you. He said, well, take lion's mane. And lion's mane is a mushroom. The fruiting body looks like the mane of a lion. And I looked it up. I found a double-blind study, which is fairly dependable. It said, yes, there is a modest positive effect. And so he bought me some tablets, capsules. And so I think of it as my smartening medicine. And I've told some of you a story of these two kids walking down, and one was doing this. And, what you got? Smartening pills. Really? Yeah. Well, give me one. Am I smart? No, you're kind of dumb. Well, give me another. I ain't no smartening pill, that's rabbit crap. Now you're getting smart. Anyway, I'm taking smartening pills, and we'll see if they do any good. You know, I'll be able to say, well, I know this name, this, no, can't get any of them, I know this name. So we'll find out. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you all for coming.